So,
Okay, we are going to start now.
yeah.
Arey, Shazir, how do
Bol.
I mute that thing, man? When someone enters in, no,
What do you mean?
that sound comes now. When someone enters the lobby.
No, that
I don't think you can
that
mute.
no, that you can't do that. That you can do on your end, not here.
On my end, I want to do. Like the guy who
No,
entered.
You can do only it in on your end. Wait, I show you. You see my screen.
Sure.
Go to settings, then you go to the view.
Get it? Settings.
Uh,
What? This thing, channel settings, huh?
no, you can't change it there, bro.
फोटो काढले आता इथे
Kinchi photo, no?
त्याची ते ना इकडे
A notification, bro. Notification.
Kinchi.
Yeah. Notification. Go to notifications of the settings. Then you see this here. See message, deafen, undeafen,
You
mute,
mean what?
unmute.
Normally for my account, ah?
Users
You,
and that only, no?
yeah. You have to just disable it on your end.
Wait a second.
What are these new things, bro?
Where is profile settings, man? This Discord stuff.
I
Arey,
guess it's
yeah,
fine
down
for now, bro. It's already 7:05. I guess better start.
here, it's there. Say settings.
Wait. I'm not watching your stream yet. Sure. This is pretty annoying. So.
Here, bro. Here.
येस
सही से दिखा go back. I forgot.
Bro, here you go to user settings, bro. Just
Here,
scroll up.
look at where they have kept it.
Okay, then you click on notifications. Then after that, you click on disable.
चालेल
There was one technical sound. No, it's not there.
मोस्ट तिथे होती नाही
Leave. It's not. I don't want to. Leave. Okay, let us start. Let me share the screen now. Okay. So that's that. Okay, everybody. So today we are going to talk about arrays and vectors. Okay. Um, Before we start, they are the same. Arrays, vectors are an advanced version of your arrays. You can say it in that way. Okay. So how many of you all have actually used arrays in your life till now? Please reply in the chat box. Except Noob Master. Not used. Okay. Only one guy. Rest all no. Reply. Used. Nitin has used. Clarice hasn't. Ashana hasn't. Nishkal has. Anush has. Everybody has to reply today. It's a very important session. It's not gonna be long, okay? It's gonna be a small session. Have you used arrays, Jia, in your life? Okay, there is a mix of responses. So let us see how we can It's true. Let's look at a doc first. Arrays in C++. GIFs. This was the article that I shared with you. In C++, array is a data structure that is used to store multiple values of similar data types in a continuous memory location. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so let us see how we can, why arrays were required. Okay, let us say I have 3 students and they have some particular average marks. Let them be whole numbers for now, like not decimal numbers, normal numbers. Let's say I have 3 students, so I can keep them like this: int mark 1 comma mark 2 comma mark 3. Then I can take it like this: mark 1 mark 2 mark 3, right? Can't I take it like this usually for 3 students? Everybody reply quick. I can take it like that, no? So yeah, so what if there were 1000 students and there were 1000 marks? Would you declare 1000 variables here? Yes or no? Will you declare 1000 variables in your code? No, right? You won't do that. And accessing them also will require you to write marks 1, all these things and all, marks 2, right? So arrays make your life easier. If there are 1000 students or there are 1000 data points, you can say, you can just map them on the arrays indices. Everybody knows what is indices, right? Yesterday I had briefed you on it, right? Index is the location, you can say. It is an identifier for a particular element in the string or even in the array. Accessing a string's character is same as accessing the array's element. They are synonymous. Okay, you guys, I got a bit confused. This no is sent for which question, by the way? For using marks as 1000 marks variables, right? So you will use array instead of 1000 variables. So how can you do that, right? So this is the basic syntax for that. I can comment this thing out, and what I could do is I could create an array of 3. This is the type of the array. This is the type of data that the array is going to store. Okay, this is the type of data that the array is going to be storing. This is the name of the array, ARR. You can name it anything. Then you enclose within square brackets the array size, which is hard coded as 3. Let us say you didn't want to by yourself specify the array size. You want the user, based on the user's input, user says that there are 1000 students. On the basis of that, you want to decide the array size. So what would you do? You would take the ask the user, enter the number of students, right, int n, cnn, then put this n here. That's it, right? This is a good way to declare an array. Won't you agree with me? You can see the code here. Right? Everybody reply. Did you understand how did I declare the array using a user's input? My user is specifying what the size of my array should be, and on the basis of that I declared the array, right? Everybody, reply. Okay. Now let us see how it actually looks. Right. So you have, let's say, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, 6, this is 7. Let's say my n was 8. So the array's indices will range from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, that's basically how string indices also work. Okay, it is similar. Did you understand what I mean? Your array's indices range from 0 till n minus 1. This is n minus 1, right? Don't you agree with me? Yes or no? Okay. Right. So what if you want to put some elements in the array? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? You can normally, let's say I didn't ask the input for now, right? I could do just this actually sometimes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. And if I just print this array for int I is equal to 0, I less than, how many elements do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 9 elements, right? I have 9 elements. I plus plus C out. You know how I used to print a character of a string. Similarly, I can print the element in an array using its indices ARR of I, and I will give another space ahead, C out and L outside. Just second. This is like this. Yeah, I never declare arrays like this, so this is arrays. Or is my compiler a bit slow? Okay, so what happens is here, your C++ compiler will understand automatically what the size of your array is by what you have enclosed within these curly braces. Okay, you need not specify what your size is here. Okay, you could also do that here. You can also specify your size, then put the number of elements in. But when you specify your size, but then you have to put those many number of elements only. If you specify your size is 5, then you can only put in 5 elements. But if you don't want to do that, you want to just keep on typing, right? So you don't specify your size and you just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and so on. Your C++ compiler automatically will understand how much the size of your array is, right? So if I just run this, just bin this out, run this again, so it will just print me the whole array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that clear to you? This way of array declaration. Reply in the chat box, right? It's very basic stuff for those who know array. So if I'm going fast, because I'm going a bit fast, because many of you know, those who are not understanding, please tell me if you are not understanding right now. Anything that you want me to repeat? Biology students, especially you. I'm not judging, just saying it is. I know it is tough for you. Even my moderator Shazir says that. Biology students who are here, do you understand? Did you understand it? Okay. Did you understand why arrays are required, Akshata? Okay, so I'll teach you how to declare an array. It starts off by telling what the type of the array will be, what type of values the array will store, what your array will store, type of values. Right now I am storing integers, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. These are integers, these are not floating point numbers, these are not decimal numbers. So I'll specify that my array will contain integer values by saying int. Then I'll specify what the name of my array is, arr. Then I'll just, this is basic syntax, open and closing brackets, is equal to, inside the curly braces I am going to specify the elements which are going to be there in my array. Okay, so, and followed by a semicolon. This will declare your array in your memory. Now if you want to print what the content of your array is, you can just run a loop for an 9 number of times, because the array contains 9 elements. So I go from I is equal to 0 to I less than n, I plus plus. Why I less than n? Why I not I less than or equal to n? It is, I have explained here, because your array is indices. If your array size, let's say if it is 8, then it will range from 0 to n minus 1. So it will be from 0 to 7, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, because your last element's index will be 7. You can access your last index by using arr. I'm so sorry about that. Eraser killer, bro. How do we erase it here? Here. Okay. By doing an arr of 7, right? I can get this element out. Okay, so I go till 9. If I did I less than or equal to 9, no, your I will become 9, and you will access arr of 9, which is not there in the array. So it will give you an out of bound. Wait a second. Huh? This thing is happening because I have not specified what my array size should be, no? That is the reason why it is happening. If I had specified it is 9, and if I do this, a second. Wait a second. Bring this up. Wait a second, let me try it on online DB. Oh no, it's wrong. Manish, isn't that weird, bro? You're able to access.
The C++ feature.
Check for 8, right? Check for 8.
It's a C++ feature. Currently. It's like welcome to every C and C++ programmers' best friend, undefined behavior. There's a lot that is not specified by the language standards for variety of reasons. This is one of them. In general, whenever you encounter undefined behavior, anything that might happen, the application may crash, it may freeze, it may eject your CD-ROM, it may format your hard drive or email or your dash to your grandmother.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Okay,
Check for 8 song.
Wait a second. This is weird.
no, bro. It's apparently it's not like this. As of why there is no bound checking.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple of aspects to this answer. An array is a leftover from C arrays are about primitive as you can get. Just a sequence of elements with contiguous address. There is no bound checking because it is simply exposing raw memory. Implementing a robust bound check mechanism would be almost impossible in C.
Anish,
In
wait a
C++,
second.
I'm just reading what people are telling, bro. Stack over stack.
Wait a second. How is that even possible?
Yeah, bro.
As you can see that we are been encountering something pretty new for us. This shouldn't happen.
You do this thing, bro. Like what you know. Do that, too. Yeah.
See, now it is
No,
still it is printing some garbage value.
yeah, it will print a garbage value. Bro.
Doesn't give an
That,
out of
that
bound index.
no. It will give you a garbage value. So,
Because what GFG is saying is that it should give me an out of bound exception in
check,
arrays.
bro. Send it to you. Check.
Out of bound exception. If I just take this code off,
Same thing I sent it.
wait a second. This guy is running it in C, man. Idiot. This will give an. This will give you an error. See, there's something updated. If I run it in C++, sorry.
No, bro. You'll get garbage value.
So guys, we'll come back to that later. So right
Yeah,
now,
no. You want this thing, no? Allocation memory out of bound. No? We want some segmentation fault issue, right?
right.
Then you do this thing. I'll tell you. Uh, write array of 10 equal to 11. Then you try.
The assigning is not valid, I guess. So you can access.
Yeah. No, yeah, you can access that will give you a garbage value. But try to assign a value. Like before that, no. Before that, array of 10 equal to 11 you did.
Yeah, that is what I'm going to do. Now it will say it's not
Yeah,
possible.
it will give you a memory out of bound. You'll get a segmentation.
Not even popping anything up, man.
Terminal, run out.
Terminal
Run.
use.
That up run is done. We can use that.
Start debugging.
Control Shift P you do.
Wait a second.
And then
I just run in online DDB. What
Leave.
theme you have?
What scene though? Wait a second. Online GDB. Sorry guys, we some wastage of time here.
Hey, Jenison went the last round.
What happened?
Now Nishan and Jenison have to do head and tails for cohesivity.
Uh-huh.
I think 13. I think 13 LPA. Only in paper you will see, bro, 27 LPA. How it is. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Int ARR 10.
I just copy paste now. You're wasting time.
Wait a second. ARR 10 is equal to 11. Just run this. Yeah, see. Stack smashing detected, terminated. Now it's giving me an error. Yeah, So it will, guys, if you access something outside your arrays index, no, if you access something here 8, it should give you an error usually. Okay, we'll get back to you very soon on that. So let's get back to the session. Are you clear on how array indices work? Right, your array indices start from 0 and they go up till n minus 1. Okay, so you can access right now. If you want to access 3, your 3 will be at index 0 1 2. It will be at 0 1 2. So if you want to print it, right, it will be ARR of 2. Sorry. B.
You also
Yeah, see, it will be 3. Akshata, did you understand what is happening? Anisha shared you.
So it should give error, right? When you use array.
Yeah, if you access out of your range, you know what you have declared, that will give an I guess in Java it gives you.
yeah,
Even
it
in
gives you index out of bound,
even on coding
not
platforms
in.
also, it will give you a buffer overflow error. Keep
Okay.
something like that. This is a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
See through it. As you can see, guys, we also face issues. It is totally normal. Okay, Akshata, did you understand? Please reply in the chat box. If you didn't, you can ask doubt again. Okay, so can I go a bit further now? So here what I was doing is, I was specifying the content of my array by myself. I was hard coding it, you can say. What if you don't want to do it, you want your user to enter the elements? How would you do that? There is a way for that. Okay, you should do is, you have to run a loop now. Int I is equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus, because there are 10 elements in the array. Should do C in ARR of I. So what happens is, during the first iteration of your loop, when your I is equal to 0, your console, your command line interface, you can say, is going to wait and sense for some input from the user. When he gets a certain character from the keyboard, it will go and store it in ARR of 0, and the loop continues. It will go for its next iteration, which is I is equal to 1. So again, when the user enters something from the keyboard, it will get stored at the first index of the array, and in the next iteration again it will go and get stored in the second index, third index, fourth index, fifth index, and so on up till the ninth index, because array indices are ranging from 0 to n minus 1, and our n in this case is 10. So my last element will be at the index n minus 1, right? So that is why I am running this loop from I is equal to 0 till I less than 10. So that is what is going to happen. Int I is equal to 0, I less than 10 plus plus. So now if you see, if I take this code out now, better to run on online GDB. Okay, so if I run this code now, so now my console is waiting for the user to enter something in. Okay, so it is waiting for my user to enter something. So what I do is, I'm going to insert 10 numbers now. 1 space 2 space 3 space 4 space 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. So I have entered 10 numbers and I'll give an enter. What happens is, 10 numbers went and got stored in this array here, and I've just printed them out. So this is the output of your program. Did you all understand what is happening here? Please reply
Sean,
in the chat.
Sean,
Yeah.
send that code in this thing, lobby 1. Okay.
Which one? The
Okay.
current one.
No. Yeah, the current one. Just remove the comments and all. I'll tell you what. Send everything. Okay. So now, everyone, like what go to online JDB, paste this, and try it out. Now like Sean showed you like how to enter this data.
Mm-hmm.
Now what your task right now is you need to provide a code back to us where you enter the data from 1 to 10, but it should come in reverse. Can you all do it, please? Everyone, fast.
You have to print the array in a reverse fashion now. I was printing the array from the starting to the end. No, you have to print it from the back till the first, ending to
Like
the
for
starting index.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Yeah,
3, 2, 1. Just
yeah.
copy the code, whatever he has sent. You don't have to write it all the way again. But you have to just make small changes.
Can you do that for me, please? Yes or no? Reply in that chat box. Small activity, because this session is going to be very small. It's not going to be very large anyway. Yeah, you can go ahead. Anybody, if you don't have laptops, you can just
Don't send the code. Please send the solution. Please send the screenshot of the solution. So others also can try. Once the moment you send the code, then obviously others will like actually copy. But you are allowed to actually help others. So make sure you help
you can
someone
tell
if anyone has doubt.
what you do in the loop. You can say
Yeah.
what changes you could do in the code. Online GDB.
You can, wait, you can send the online GDB link also.
Wait a second, I'll do that.
After you go to online GDB, on the right very top, you have that to select language. So go and select the C++ or
Yeah,
C++20
yeah.
or something. Don't send the answer. Okay. Just send the solution.
No, no.
You want others
You
to.
just say how would you change the for loop? What was your intuition behind it? Right.
Because the moment you send code, others can actually even claim their identity.
It's
So
fine, but still.
tell what you have done and send a screenshot of the answer in the sense like the what comes in the.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I've taught you this yesterday, right, guys? That is why we are asking it.
It's very simple.
Okay.
If you have not attended it, still it's okay.
Are you guys trying it out? You can reply in the chat box. Those who don't have a laptop, you can just tell your logic. Okay. 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 You're trying it out.
Online GDB compiler is not working. Just compile it.
So, Steve, did you code it out? You got the output? Anybody who got the output? Yes or no? That's enough. Just takes 1 minute, okay, to change. Even 30 seconds. That's enough. You have to just change the numbers. That's it. And some conditional checkings. How many of you all made the changes, guys? You can reply in the chat box so we can move forward. everybody, did you solve it? Please reply. If it's a no, just say no, right? We can wait. If it's a yes, just tell us. Nitin did it like within 15 seconds. Everybody who didn't solve, tell no. No, you see. Put no in the chat box who didn't yet solve it, or like who are stuck. Nobody is replying. What happened? अचानक क्या हुआ सबको?
I guess, like in the sense, well, they're trying, no? They're changing two things, okay? That is probably Maga is using.
This should be our output 987654321. We just printed it reversely. That is typical Sam stuff. This should be our output. Nishkal, are you done? Sharina, are you done? Clarice, are you done? Got the output? Please reply, guys. If you didn't get, just tell us, no? We'll help you out. Okay, Nishkal got it. The rest of them, it's fine, man. Pale. Middle of the session. I'm taking a class, yeah. You guys got the output? Melon got the output, bro. Guys, please be responsive. Yeah, Anish, I'm audible, no?
Yeah, audible.
So what's wrong? They're not replying.
They're trying, I guess. Anyone's still trying?
Acha. Let me give you a hint. You want to print it from the back, no? From the last till the starting position. So what will be your last index? 9, right? Because your array had 10 elements, so 9. So from 9 you have to go to 0. Instead of doing a plus plus I, you have to do a minus minus I. So you have to change some condition for the for loop. That is for you to decide right now, which I have done yesterday also. That is it. That is the change that you have to do. Exactly. You have to make a change, Melon. You have to make a change for your condition, right? I is equal to n minus 1 and you are decrementing I. And if you do I less than 10, your I will always be less than 10, right? So you will be stuck in a loop, right? If you keep I less than 10, you have to change it to something else. When will you stop decrementing I? When you reach what? Your zeroth element, won't you? So can you please make a change in your for loop and send it here? Now everybody will get to know what I am talking about. History is same as reversing your string. Yes, exactly. Greater than 0 or greater than or equal to 0? Yes, is greater than or equal to 0. So you can make the change and you'll get the output now. Did everybody understand what we are talking about, guys? You can reply. So final call. Those who understood, those who want me to explain it for you, can send me a yes. You can just ask me to explain it for you, if you want me to. Okay, so Sharina wants me to explain it. How many of you want me to explain it for you? Okay, I'll do one. I'll explain it. So look at here. Look at here. Look at here. Okay. So your array has something like, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait a second. It's better here. Yeah, Anish, how can I increase the opacity of my eraser in this thing?
Hey, just use Excalibur. You have it open by you.
What?
Oh, you have that only.
Hmm.
Okay, you do one thing. On the three dots, you click there.
And now it's gone. Leave.
No. Click on the three dots.
It's on here.
No. Not there though. At there. No, top. Yeah, that one. There, you click on dark mode.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is nice. This is cool. Okay. So if you see, you have your array.
Hey, you can draw use this thing, bro. Texting thing. There's a A, right? Use that.
It is fine. It is fine. For now, it is fine. Okay. Let me. You give me a session on how to use this thing later.
Hey, straightforward, bro. So easy it is.
1, 2, 3, you have 4, you have 5, you have 6, you have 7, you have 8, you have 9. Okay, so your indices go like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so what I was doing in my code was I was going like this. My for was going from I is equal to 0 till 8. Right, it was going from 0 till 8. If you see here, sorry, in this case the array has 9 elements. In this case, let's say it's better if I do this. How many it has? 9, right? Keep it as 9. Okay, let us see. So my array size is 9. Array size is 9. Here also the array size is 9. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. Fuck. Oh, sorry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I enter 9 elements into my array, and it prints me in this fashion itself. Right, because look at my loop, look at what my loop is starting from. I is equal to 0. This is my initialization, right, in my for loop. My loop is starting from I is equal to 0, and it checks whether it is less than 9, which is this. 8 is less than 9, right? If I increment 8 by 1, it will become 9 less than 9, which will break my loop, because it's 9 is not less than 9, it is equal to 9. So it will break my loop, and it will increment my I by 1 index, right? So you can see how it is running. It is running from 0, then it will become 1, then it will become 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At every each iteration, what it does is it is going to, print each value at that index. So what I had asked was, instead of going in this way, I wanted you to come in this way. I wanted you to start from here, and I wanted you to end it here. In this case, you started from 0. You started from 0 and you ended at 8. In the modified code, you want to start from 8. You want to end at 0. So what do you have to change? Your initialization. You want to start at 8. Right? And you want to end where? At 0. So I is greater than or equal to 0. And you want to decrement your index at every iteration, because first it will be 8, then it should become 7, right? So I minus minus. Then in the next iteration, it's from 7 you have to go to 6, so I minus minus. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, if you write greater than 0, it won't print this element. Why? Because if you do this, when it becomes here, I becomes 0, is 0 greater than 0? No, it is equal to 0. So the loop won't run, and that index element won't be printed. So it is necessary that you write I is greater than or equal to 0, so that the 0th index element is printed in reverse fashion. If I run this again, if I write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, and if I do enter, it prints me in a reverse fashion. Did you all understand? Yes or no in the chat box, please. If you didn't understand, I can repeat it again for you. I hope this was very clear to you, because you have learnt strings recently. The condition I is greater than or equal to 0, that is the main thing here with the decrementation part, and where you have to start from. Okay. You can use j also. You can name your variable j also. There is no issue. I have named it I. You could name it j. Again, the scope comes in. You see, this I variable here is limited to only this scope. After that it has been destroyed, so you can reuse that name again here. That is what I did. You can use J also. Yeah, it is true. Yep, because it is readable. Everybody understood how to reverse an array, right? Okay. Let's see 7. I'll show you.
Hey, this thing, don't drop, bro. Just scroll down. Just scroll down. Yeah, I can do.
Wow,
See,
bro. Wow.
you have unlimited.
Okay. So let's see. Yo. I was just gonna refresh. Let's take a small array for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let us see if I had traversed my array, if I ran into my array like this from the starting till the end. Okay, so I can focus now. If you see, no, first my I was equal to 0. First my I was equal to 0. Let us see like this. I less, just forget about all those things. I less than 10, I plus plus 5. First my I was equal to 0. My loop 0 is less than 10, correct? 0 is less than 10. Is it true? Yes, it is. So my loop runs.
Bro, Sean,
Yeah,
Nishan got, bro, into cohesivity.
got a
Yeah,
crazy, no?
yeah.
Okay. So 0 is less than 10, right? What is happening? Okay. So 0 is less than 10, so the loop will run. So what will happen is this condition will be executed. You are going to print the element which is at the 0th index. So you will print 1, right? Then your I becomes 1 in the next iteration. 1 is less than 10, which is true again. Then you'll print 2. This goes on and up till I is equal to 5. Sorry, yeah, up till I is equal to 5. Again 5 is less than 10. Right, this condition is also true. Now we will print 5. I have taken 10 because here my array size was 10. Okay, about that. Oh, stupidity. Okay, array size was 10. You can just imagine that there are more elements up front, up here. Okay, I hope it's not getting confusing. Okay, so it will go on up till I is equal to 9, right? Because my 10th element is at the 9th index, right? So you will see 9 is less than 10, which is again true. So you will print 9. Now your I again increments. I becomes 10. Sorry. So your 10 is less than 10. Is this true or is this false? Is 10 less than 10? No, it is equal, right? 10 is equal to 10. It is not less than 10, right? It is equal to 10. So the condition is false. So my loop won't run. Okay, it won't print anything, it will just break off, right? So you will get your output like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, up till 9. Let's say in this case it will be up till 10. Okay, because my array size was 10. So what I asked was, if this was your array 0, 1, 2, and if this was your 9th index, okay, this was your 9th index, if your 10 was here, you traversed it like this, right, using I less than 10 condition. If you want to traverse from your 9th index till your 0th index, okay, from your 9th index till your 0th index, because what is reversal mean? Reversal means going from the last till the beginning, right? You want to stop at the beginning, you want to print this number also, which is 1, right? So you are coming from where? 9, and you are coming back up till 0, right? So shouldn't your I be greater than or equal to 0 during your iterations? Because first your I will be 9, first your I will be 9, then it will become 8, which is again greater than 0. You will print 9 is again greater than 0, which will print. Then your I becomes, let's say, 7, which is again greater than 0. So up till you reach 0, which is again greater than or equal to 0, right? This is my condition, equal to, right? This is my condition. This is where I have to, here my loop will still run, it will print, ARR of 0. Then again my I will get decremented, my I becomes -1. So now it will check whether -1 is greater than or equal to 0, which is false. So my loop breaks off. So at the end you will get the output as 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 up till 1. So this will be your output. That is the reason why I did I is greater than or equal to 0, because you are traversing from the last till the first element, 0th index, right? You can see here, you are traversing like this, you are stopping here when you are starting from here. That is the reason why I am writing I is greater than or equal to 0. Did you understand, Sharina? If you didn't, can explain, we can dwell a bit further. Anish can also take it up. It is very simple actually, right? Are you sure about it? Anybody who is not understanding I is greater than or equal to 0 condition, it is important. You will find it everywhere where you have to traverse from the back till the beginning of the array. This thing you shouldn't forget, because yesterday I taught you how to reverse strings, right? What we are doing is we are taking the last character, then we are adding, right? Not in this program, that comes in matrices, in 2-dimensional arrays. That comes in nested for loops. Do you all want me to talk about 2-dimensional arrays also today? Okay, we'll do that. Array inside array, Sanjana, that is a bit overwhelming for them. You can just think of it as a grid matrix. You have studied matrix, no, in your +1, +2s. It is exactly that. So everybody understood, no, how to reverse an array. Now here what you are doing is, you knew what the indices and all were, no? What if you know the size of the array? You are asking the user to mention the size of the array, like how I had taught you, by taking n as input, and you assign a array of size n. Now you want to find what the index of the last element is, and from that last element's index you want to go up till 0th index, right? And also, yeah, you are basically asking your user for the size. So let us do that. Now. I'll ask the user, see out, enter the size of the array. Okay. I'll take int n, c in n. Okay. I create a variable int n, which is the size, which will hold the size of the array, and I ask my user how many number of elements you want to enter into my array, that is c in n, which is basically the size of the array. Okay, what I do is now I create an array of size n. This value of n is placed here. So this is not like me telling before only that this array will have a size 10. This size varies as your input changes as your user changes his input. So is it what do we say, right to write I less than 10 now? But no, right? Because your array size is changing. Yes or no? Everybody please reply in the chat box. The condition here, I less than 10, should it change to I less than n now? Because you have taken the input from the user, right? So it becomes I less than n now, even here when you are printing. So that's about it. Now you are going to ask the user, enter the size of the array. I say 5. Okay, now I give an enter. Now the console is waiting for you to enter 5 elements. Okay, so if you do 1 space 2 space 3 space 4 space 5, enter. That's it, your 5 elements are entered into your array. 1 2 3 4 5. Now let's say now you want to reverse the array. Okay, you want to reverse the array. Now how will you change your for loop here? Out the change which you had made, no, I is equal to 8 or I is equal to 9, I greater than or equal to 0, I minus minus. One change that you have to do for the incrementer, what will be that? What will your I, where will your I start from now? If you have n elements, what is the index of the last element? Right, n minus 1, correct? It will be n minus 1, right? So you have to start from n minus 1, and obviously you are going till the first element that is located at the 0th index, and you are doing I minus minus. That is about it. Now if I give 5 elements, it will print in a reverse fashion, 5 4 3 2 1. So this is how you have to take input. You have to take array as input from the user. You have to ask the user what the size of the array is, then you have to declare an array based on the user's input, which is n. Then you can ask the user to enter 5 elements here. You could write another cout outside the for loop. Enter the elements into the array. If I say 5, it will show you a message. This is to make it more readable to you. So 1 2 3 4 5 are the elements in the array. You are printing it in reverse fashion. Did you understand this, guys? Everybody, I want a correct response. All of you must reply here, yes or no. Okay, how many are there today? How many are there, bro, Anish, today? Two. how many are there today in the session? Everybody understood? Yes or no? Yes or no? Please, 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 everybody. Yes or no? If it's a no, please don't hesitate. I can repeat. So I hope I can go into the next topic now. So this was all about one-dimensional arrays. So before I move into two-dimensional array, I need a correct response. Did you all understand what one-dimensional array are? Do you know how to traverse them in forward direction and reverse direction? Everybody, I need everybody to reply now. Okay. So let us move into two-dimensional arrays. Have you come across this term? Have you come across this term? Have you seen this somewhere? Only 3 people have seen what this is. Big data analysis, something that you learn in your 7th semester. Okay. So this is a matrix, right? Similarly in C++ there is also something called as matrix. Here you can see there are like 3 rows, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 rows and there are 4 columns, right? So dimension of this matrix is 3 cross 4. Don't you agree? So similarly, when I say an array has 5 elements, I could also say it can have 5 rows and 4 columns. This is also there in the C++. This is basically a matrix. This means you will have like and this will be indexed from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3. You can see there are 4 cells, 4 columns and there are 5 rows. Did you understand what I'm doing here? This is a matrix of 5 rows and 4 columns.
Bro, what did you write beside that 5 and 4? Like left side. That spelling, what is that?
This thing.
Yeah.
This is the name of the array. Sorry, name of the matrix, you can say.
Okay, you can just give any names.
You can give any names. Any names.
Oh, okay.
I give it ARR. You can give mat. You
Mhm.
can give mat grid, something like that.
Okay, okay. Yes.
Okay, so let us see how we can, you know, create a grid or like a matrix. Not see. Dimensional array. This is one. W3 is better, I feel. CD. You can see here. This is necessary. Moment, I'll take this thing out. Paste it here. So it is an integer. Oops. Not, Wait a second, my screen is not visible. Wait a second. Is my screen visible now? Okay. So everybody understood what matrix is, right? Normally, it is like what you learned in elementary school. It has rows, it has columns, right? Now, can you carefully observe here? Each row of your matrix has an array, no? See? Can you observe there? Each index of your row has an array associated with it. Can you see that? It's very important to notice this. And your matrix perception becomes easier. You can see here, second index has a matrix associated with it. Sorry, row, what is it? A one-dimensional array associated with it, right? You can say every index I, sorry, every row has a one-dimensional array associated. So difficult to write here. Yeah, leave. Okay, I will write it here. Every row has a one-dimensional array associated with it. Right. This is in the case of a matrix. So what this mat tells me is that I have two rows I have 2 rows, and each of these rows has a one dimensional array of size 4 elements, right? Did you understand what this thing says? You have 2 rows with each row having an array of 4 elements. You can just say this is the number of rows and these are the number of columns, but you can understand it in this way also. Did you guys understand what I am saying? When I said there in here 2, I am saying there are 2 rows, and each row has a matrix, sorry, has an array, one dimensional array of size 4 elements. So like 0th row will have an array of, what do you say, 4 elements. Right? This is the 0th row, basically the first row, but it is indexed as 0. 0th row has an array of 4 elements associated with it. The first row has first index has another array of 4 elements associated with it. Did everybody get to know what I'm talking about here? Yes or no in this chat box? Please, please, please. Properly. If you didn't understand, you have to tell no. Without any hesitation, okay? Only 4 people have replied. There are many people here. Many have slept, I guess. Okay. So if I want to insert at every row I have to insert a array, right? How can I do that here? So can just open this up. I'm just opening this up. There are 2 rows. Let's say there are 2 rows and there are 2 arrays. Like for each row there is an array of 4 elements associated with it, right? So I can just do this, right? Can't I do this? And I can put here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will basically look like this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 0th row. This is the first row. 0, 1, 2, 3. Every index, every row has a array associated with it. Even this row has an array associated with it. Do you understand? Yes or no? You can just see here. This is your whole matrix. This brace outside. This is the content of your matrix. These are like for each row you are putting some one dimensional array into it. This is one way of putting elements into your matrix. This is hard coding. I want you to be sure how you do, I want you to perceive it properly. Did you perceive it properly? Did you understand it properly? How this is done? Yes or no? I need a clear cut answer, because this, if you don't understand, then it becomes an issue for you later. Yeah, you can write it in a single line, right? Why can't you? It is just for the visibility why I did that. See, is it fine, Melon, now? Okay, everybody understood how to declare a matrix? It is like this. Let's say if I had, let's say 3. Now again I have to add another array, that is comma 9, 8, 10, 11. Now it is a 3 cross 4 matrix. Okay, it's fine. Now let's see how we can ask the user. Let's same thing I'll say. Cout, enter the rows and columns for the matrix. In int n comma m. N is the number of rows, m is the number of columns. In n and m. Okay, let me comment this out. Now I'm going to create another matrix, mat, which has n rows and m columns. That's it. I've not hard coded anything in. Okay, is this understandable for you? I have asked the user to tell me how many rows and columns are there. Everybody reply in the chat box. I am asking you to reply again and again because you don't unmute. No, that is a problem, right? Okay. Now you knew how to take put elements into a one-dimensional array, right? Now you want to put elements into a two-dimensional array now. So it's not just one index that you are dealing with. You are dealing with your rows and your columns, right? So don't you think you need two variables for that? To access one, to access your row, to select your row. One is to select your column, right? You can see here, one pointer you need to select your row, which row you want, and one pointer you need to select the column. So if it is 0 comma 0, let's see if a of 0 comma 0 in this case is equal to 1, a of 0 comma 1, 0 of 1 is equal to 2, right? This is how we access a two-dimensional array. This is how we do that. Is this nomenclature familiar to you? Have you come across this in your classes? Biology students, are you understanding this? Right? So don't you agree you need two different variables or two different pointers to select your row and column? Just I is not enough. You need something else. That is exactly what your J is. Right? So what you do is you select a row, then you input an array for that row. Isn't it obvious? You select a row, you take, okay, for the row 0, I'm going to input an array. For that I'll run j from j is equal to 0 to j less than 4. Isn't it obvious? You see, up here, you come here, you select this row. Now you need to fill this array, right, for this row. Don't you think? You need to fill a of 0 comma 1, then you have to fill a of 0 comma 2. Sorry, your 0 comma this was 0 comma 0, sorry, this was 0 comma 1. Then you have to fill a of 0 comma 2. A of 0 comma 3, right? 0 comma 0, 0 comma 1, 0 comma 2, 0 comma 3. Your row remains same, but you are inputting into its corresponding cells, right? You are putting it first year, then your year, then your year, then your year, right? You have to run through this row properly. Don't you think that is what you have to do? Yes or no? Don't you think you have to nest a loop? Let's see what nesting is, but you want to keep an I constant for a moment. You want to keep I fixed. You want to keep this row fixed. Then you want to go through your columns and insert every element into that corresponding column for your row. Right? We have just looking into matrix. After this we'll go into vectors. Another very beautiful concept which will make life more easy. Right? Did everybody get to know what I'm talking about? You have to keep your row constant for a while, 0 for a while, and you have to insert 4 elements for that row, right? At index 0, 1, 2, 3, because in array indices are named from 0 to n minus 1. If there are 4 elements, then the index range from 0 to n minus 1, right?
But is it powers of 2 only?
Yeah?
Is it powers of 2 only?
No, not. Why do you? How did that thought come into your mind? It depends upon what your size is, right? Like if you
Okay,
say,
okay. General, yeah.
yeah, general. You have defined it, no? N comma n. So
Okay,
if
okay.
for every see, when you say n, no, there are n rows, right? And for every row you have a one dimensional array of size n. That is exactly what I am doing. In my case I have 2 rows and I have at each row a one dimensional array of size 4,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Did
Yes,
everybody
yes.
did everybody got to know what I was saying? Yes or no in the chat, please? अरे यार unmute करो यार. Only Sat he is my bro. Only he, you know, he unmutes his mic. You guys might be tired typing and again and again. That is why I asked to unmute yourself. Okay. So let us see how we can, put elements into a matrix. So how many rows are there? Tell me. Int I is equal to 0. How many rows are there? How many rows are there? Is it n rows or m rows? How many rows are there in my matrix now? Please reply in the chat box, please. Tell me how many rows are there in the matrix. N. Right. So till where should I traverse in my loop for my row to fix my row? N, right? So what I do is I less than n, I plus plus. Have you come across the term of nesting loops, nested loops, nested for loops? Right. So for each iteration of the loop you run another loop, right? That is exactly what you are doing. For every row which is 0, for 0 you are going to run 4 times again inside it to put elements in the corresponding cells of that array for that row. So it is again, if I write another int j is equal to 0, j less than what now? How many columns are there? How many cells are there in each row? M, right? J less than m, j plus plus. Here, that's right, Sharina. There are m elements in each row, right? Now what I have to do? See in mat of I comma j. That is it. For every row for I is equal to 0, you are going to run m times. Put 4 elements for that row. I remains fixed, right? So it is 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3. That's done. 1, 2, 3, 4 is in, right? This loop breaks off, comes out again. This row is now getting processed, right? Again you run this loop for 4 times. You put these 4 elements in. Now again this loop breaks out. Then you are at filling the third row, which is at the second index. So I is equal to 2. Now we are running again for m times, right? Did you understand what these two loops are doing? Did you understand what the intuition is? How to input into a matrix? No.
Yes.
Wasn't it easy? So you went from one-dimensional matrix to two-dimensional matrix. Everybody? Only 4 people understood. I want a nice answer. If it's a no also, it is fine. Biology students understood. Okay, I'll go next now. Okay, this is how you take input in a matrix. Now let's say you want to find the size of the matrix, like you want to find how many number of cells are there in the matrix. Can anybody tell me how many total number of cells that are there in this matrix? This you have learnt, obviously. Tell me how many. Like generalize it. If you have n rows and m columns, how many number of cells you have? N into m. This is math, okay? Don't just say n into m. So if you have what, n rows, and in n rows you have m elements, that means you are adding m n times, right? So m plus m plus m plus m for n number of times, that is n into m. So think of it in that way. Just mug up the formula. Okay, I seriously hope you know what it is. It is just the area of the rectangle. If you just see, right, this is the length, this is the breadth, that's it. Okay, so everybody understood how matrix works? Yes or no? Final one. After this we'll see how. Okay, so if you want to print the matrix now, you can go about it like this, no? Sorry. So if I say 2 rows and 3 columns, if I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, did it hang off?
Bro, even I faced the same situation while compiling that previous program. It was not loading only,
This is the issue with this
compiling.
online GDB issue sometimes. So what I hate about this platform, sometimes it crashes.
Yeah, yeah. Even if you reload it for a number of times, you get the same thing. Won't even get the output. Irritating.
Okay, now if I say 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. You can see this was the input that I gave, and this is my matrix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did you all understand how to print a matrix now? Let's say you are at you iterate through each and every row. You come for 0, then you print 4 numbers. Then you want to go into the next line, right? So after one row is printed here, I am going to do cout and del, or you can do cout slash n inside a string. Okay. So you'll go into the next line, and then there is one more row it is left to be processed, right? So again you print 4 more elements for that row, and you put another new line, and that's it. That's your matrix. Did everybody understand how? Right? Okay, so we have learnt about arrays, how to hard code arrays, how to take input from the user for arrays. We have learnt about matrices, we have learnt about how to hard code matrices, we have learnt how to take input as a matrix from the user. Okay, so we have learnt a lot of things today. There is one more thing that you have to learn, that is vectors, and that is exactly what I am going to go into now. Okay, so let this go down. So as you saw, I was declaring array of size n, right? Anish is still here. Is Anish here?
He left. He's
Yeah.
not there.
Okay, so even Shazir is not there. So it's me. Shazir
There,
is
I'm
He's
there.
there.
What
okay,
happened?
okay, okay. No, nothing. It's fine. So as you saw, you define a one-dimensional array of size n. Now if you wanted to put another element, no, outside of out of bound will come. Let's say you want to increase the size of your array in the middle of your program. You can do that. There are many ways to do that. You have to use some dynamic memory allocation functions like malloc, calloc, realloc, which is tedious. You have to learn them. It will come up in your curriculum. It will be taught to you in C programming very soon. Okay, it is something that we may go into, but we will not go into because it is something that you must learn by yourself. If you ask it on demand in future, we can take that session for you. Dynamic memory allocation, I can suggest you a video on that later, but that's something that is for further review. Let us say I want to double the size, not like double, I want to increase the size of my array. Is it possible like that without using malloc, calloc, all these extra functions? Is it possible? What if I tell you it is possible using another data structure which is similar to array only, which is actually the array, but it's name different. It's called vectors in C++. Okay, vectors are dynamic in size. Their size varies as you put inputs into it. When you put an input, like initially your array size will be 0. When you put one element into it, its size becomes 1. When you put another element, its size becomes 2. So it varies accordingly as your user puts elements. It will automatically redeclare or resize itself. So you need not tell the vector what your size is. Okay, that is the beauty of vectors. You did not ask the user how many number of elements you want to put. You can just enter the elements into the array. You can just go on putting. It will just resize itself as per the requirement. Okay, if I show you how vectors are defined, it goes like this. First, what you have to do is you have to include vector here, hash include vector. vector of int v. Okay, now what you could do is, this is the vector v dot, there is a function for vector, that is push underscore back, like you had string dot size, no, there is similar function called as push underscore back for a vector. You can see here, this is how I declare a vector, the angular brackets, inside that you specify the type of element that is going to be put into your vector and the name of your vector, that is v. This could be ARR also. This is similar to your array only, it's a different version. So if I do v dot push back of 1, and if I do v dot push underscore back 2, sorry, now I can just iterate into the vector I is equal to 0, I less than. Now if I want to find what the number of elements in my vector, I could similarly do like how I used to do with strings. I could just write v dot size I plus plus c out v of I. So it just printed 1 2 3. You could also declare it like this, instead of using v dot push back, no, you could just write it here 1 2 3. That will also give you the same output, 1 2 3. Wasn't vectors easy? Like we didn't need to, like, this is one way. Did you understand how vectors are declared, guys? They are same as arrays. So it's a extension for your arrays. Why am I teaching you? Is because today we are going to look into LeetCode Geeks or Geeks. There this data structure is used. Instead of your array, they are using vectors. So you need to know how to handle vectors for you to solve basic problems and all. Everybody understood what vectors are? Please respond. Now let us say I want to specify a size for this vector. Okay, I'll show you some of the tricky parts of vectors. If I say my vector is going to have an element of like 5 elements, okay, for now, and then if I do v dot push back, no, if I do v dot push back of 6, where do you think this 6 is going to be placed? First position or somewhere else? I think I spoiled it for you, but still, yeah, where do you think this 6 is going to be put inside the array? Can you please reply? If I specify my vector size as 5, that means it has 5 elements, and if I do v dot push back 6, where is it going to be inserted? At which index it is going to be inserted? Can you please reply in the chat box? Can you guess where it will be? No, not at 4, not at 0. So if I declare my vector size as 5, that means it has 5 elements, 0 1 2 3, indiced from 0 1 2 3 4. Now if I do v dot push back 6, no, where is it put? Is it put on the 0th index? Is it put on the first index, second index, third index, fourth index, or somewhere else? Where do you think? It's an interactive question. Yes, exactly. It will be put at the 5th index. And what happened? 5th index didn't exist. I had said my vector had, what do you say, 5 elements. That means 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4th index was there. But now my 5th index is existing. What my vector did was it extended its size due to the pushback function. Your pushback function actually extends the vector size. That is the speciality of your pushback function in your vectors. This you can't do in arrays, okay? You can't do that. You can't access an illegal index and put an element there. But in vectors, you can't do, like, you can't do again v of phi is equal to 2. That you can't do. But if you use v dot pushback, right? V dot pushback of phi, it will go and put that element at the 5th index. So if I had done this, no, if I had just run, so it will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 6. By default it is 0 in your vector. So you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the 5th index, 6 is there. Now, did you all understand, guys? Wasn't it a bit weird? Not weird, but an interesting thing. You're increasing the size of your array using just the function of it, right? Isn't it a bit, what do we say, makes your life easier? Because if you use traditional method to increase a vector size, no, array size, it is a bit long.
Sean, you have your WhatsApp on, no?
No, yeah, wait a second, I'll check what happened.
Never mind, I'll ask here itself. This thing, by show of hands, like how many people are struggling to install MinGW on your system? Like you're still using this thing, online GDB or something, but you're please like respond. What is it? You were able to install? Wait, I'll just like what is you? Okay, like to this thing, the problem thing, no, just react with thumbs up if you have been able to install successfully. If you have not been able to install successfully, just react with the down this thing, thumbs down button or something.
Well, you can answer a bit later. We'll continue with the
No,
session.
no. React, bro. Wait.
We'll let us send out a poll later, Anish.
Yeah, no, because
Yeah.
because I'll help them to install like in just a matter of 5 minutes. That is well. If anyone needs help.
Okay. Problem 5. Okay, fine. Who are these?
Just click on the 3 dots on the left.
Okay.
Then you see view reactions or something.
So, can I continue though, bro?
Yeah, continue,
Yeah.
brother.
Okay. So you understood, right? When you use a pushback function, your vector size is increased, right? Your array size is increased by, if you see, no, you had declared it as 5. If you had done v dot size here before using pushback underscore pushback v dot size, if you do, and after using pushback, if you see it here, you can see the difference, you see. See, before using pushback, there are 5 elements, you can see. After using pushback, now there are 6 elements, and the sixth element is put at the fifth index, not at the starting. You know. The reason why I had said this, because many people do this thing, this stupidity. They like me at one point. What I had done is I had done 5. I had declared a vector of 5, and I wanted to insert elements into the vector. Okay. So what I did, I had done something like v dot pushback x. I took for every iteration int x, c in x. I had done this. Now if I had just what do you say? If I do c out v of I, no. If I just had put 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Fuck. This is too much of an issue. If I do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That size. Online JDB is broken. Wait a second. It's fine. What is wrong with this?
It's a compiler problem, I think. Bro.
Right?
Yeah.
An issue.
Refresh, right?
I did, but it's having issues.
Copy the same code in VS Code and do.
So if I put 1, do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But there is an issue. Wait. The reason why it is happening like that.
Oh, Sean, you're increasing your array size, no?
Mm-hmm.
Again and again. That's why. Loop is running forever because you are increasing the size of the array.
Oh, sorry. Should have been 5. stupid. In another revelation. So the online JDB was fine. Okay, so what I'm doing is my array size is 5, right? So what I'll do is I'll iterate for 5 times and take 5 integers as input and use v dot pushback. This is what I used to do before, and I used to run into issues. You can see why now. If I do 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, see, initial 5 values are 0, then rest of the 5 values are appended at the back of the vector, right? What I wanted was it should have been here. I wanted it to be inserted at the first 5 locations. So for that, what I have to do is actually, instead of this, no, I shouldn't use pushback. I should use, normally I have to use C in V of I. Now if I do that, it will insert it properly. Okay, so it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did everybody understand? We are running into some issues today, so sorry about that. The session has been extended till 9 now. Okay, so your vector, no, you can see here, it starts with the name vector. Again, you have to start and close two, what do you say, angular braces. Inside this you have to name your return type, sorry, your type, the type of values that you are going to put inside the vector. This will be your data type, data underscore type, and then comes your vector's name. Okay, some followed by a semicolon. If you want to specify the size of the vector, you have to open two parentheses, open and close parentheses. Here you have to specify size of the vector, and let us say you want to initialize the vector with some default value. It could be anything, so you can put your default value here. I will show you how we can do that. So let's just see if I wanted to, I wanted to put some default values like vector of I, and all the default values should have been -1. This is what you want. I can do just vector of it. It has 5 elements, and all the 5 elements are -1. So if I just run this, it will be full of -1s. Is this clear to all? I'll share an article on vectors. You can read through it to get a clear understanding. You can ask doubts in leaflet about vectors. We'll be happy to help you. There are many functions in vectors also. Other functions in vectors. It gives you a lot of, what do you say, flexibility. Let us see if you want to let's have a vector phi. Let us see if I had put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, let us see if I wanted the first element of the vector and the last element of the vector. You could do that like this. See out my first element of the vector, that is at the 0th index, obviously. You could do that using v dot front. can do it using v of 0 also, but let us these are the. Then if you want the last element, at the n minus 1th index, go to v dot back and l. So I just put 5 elements here. See, the first element of the vector is 1, that is this thing, and if I do v dot back, if I do v dot front, it will give the first element. If I do v dot back, you'll get the last element. Endl is actually a slow compared to slash n, so slash n is preferred. So did everybody understand v dot front and v dot back? Please reply. After this I'm going to show you how we can sort vectors. I'll show you how we can sort vectors, how we can just reverse vectors using a function. Yes or no, guys? Did you understand how to insert elements into a vector, all these things? Okay, so now we are going to talk about now let us see how we can sort elements in a vector. Do you know what sorting is? Anybody? If I have something like 5 2 3 2 1, I want it to be sorted like this in ascending order. Yeah, arranging 1 2 3 4 5. There are many sorting algorithms that you will be learning in your further classes. Not, we are not going to teach, we can give you the resources to teach it, like to learn, but there are certain inbuilt functions that do the sorting for you with these. Okay, so what you can use is, you can use a function called as sort. What you have to pass it is the iterator to the first element in your vector and an iterator to the last element in your vector. Okay, so how do we get those iterators? It is simply as name of your vector dot begin, comma, name of your vector dot end. That is about it. So if I print my vector after this, I is equal to 0, I less than 5, or like v dot size I plus plus C out v of I, C out end L. So if I put something like 5 2 1 6 3, what should my output be? Can you guess? 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 5 6, right? If I do that 1 2 3 5 6, you see it's sorted for you. Did you all understand how to use this function? Sort. This is an STL function. We are going to discuss it further in some other sessions also, but for now I just showed you how we can sort it. You can't use vectors in C. Adjunct faculty asking this question. You can make a, what do you say, implement vectors in C, but there are no such thing as vector objects. There is no object. There are no classes in C, right? Okay, so that was about it, about the sort function. So I want to show you some other things that is about vectors, necessary for now. Okay, there are certain important functions. Let us say you want to find minimum of two numbers, you use if conditions and all, no? So we can just use minimum. Min function is there in C++. If you do 2 comma 3, it will print you the minimum of these two values. See, it gives you 2. If you want to find the maximum, you can do max of 2 comma 3, that will give the maximum of these two values. So these are the two functions that you need to know. Understood, no? As simple as that, you just pass the values. Everybody understood this? Okay, that was about it, I guess, for today's session. We looked into what were one-dimensional arrays, two-dimensional arrays. Okay, when we looked into what were vectors, we saw how we could take inputs in one-dimensional arrays, two-dimensional arrays. We saw how we could print them, how to iterate into them. Right? We haven't done any problem solving on them yet. We will choose some small challenges for you that you can do on arrays and all. Okay, so that was it about today's session. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now. Okay, so the chat box is up to you. So I have ended the session at 9:12. Anish, you are there, bro? Anish is there. Ternary operator, it is same as your if else. How it works is, let us see if you want to do int x is equal to, if 1 is less than 3, question mark, put 2, else that is not exactly good for me. I feel it's not a good, let's say int r is equal to 2, des is equal to 5, right? What happens is, let's say I have given two values for r and s. These are two normal variables, these are just integers. Okay, r and s. If r is less than s, question mark, this 2 value is given to x. If r was greater than s, this value is given to x. That is it. This is like if else. If this is true, make x as 2. If this is false, execute this condition. So if I do this now, and if I had printed x, that will give me 2, because 2 is less than 2. So it printed me 2. Did you understand, right? You can chain your ternaries also, but it is not much recommended for you. Just these two conditions are enough. Return 0 means, it basically means you have, because if you say int, for your main subroutine it asks you to return some value, basically means you have finished executing your whole program, so we return it with the value 0. but modern compilers also don't require you to write return 0. The like a C++ compiler automatically puts this statement there. So yeah, you're a resident faculty, Samson. You should know it. So that was about it, guys, for today's session. You can leave if you're tired. You can stay back and ask some questions if you want. So me and Anish are here for the next 5 minutes. So yeah, that was it. That's a wrap for today. Thank you.